It was the most important thing was to shoot in Lowell and to surround the actors with as many real people as possible.
Portraying a real life guy, I know you did it before in Invincible. How hard is it when, you know, the guy's 20 feet off set, and how important was it to have Mickey around for that?
It's actually helpful. I mean, unless you're trying to pull the wool over somebody's eyes, you know, I wanted to do Mickey justice. You know, I wanted to become Mickey and show him in the light in which I think he deserves, a very heroic light, and both personally and professionally. And so for me, it was a blessing. You know, I had them living at my house, and you know, I approached Mickey long before I got the script about doing his story. You know, first time I met him, I was 18 years old. I'd always been a huge fan of his.
Did you know the story with Dickie before that?
Yeah, yeah.
Seeing you guys up there, and obviously you got in great shape for the role. But to me personally, knowing Mickey, you know, in the ring he's a bull, he's a warrior, but outside he's like the most unassuming guy in the room, man. You know what I mean? And I thought you really pulled that off. Like that vulnerability was.
You know what's so funny is
amazing.
A friend of mine came up to the house and got all these boxers up there, and Mickey and Dickie are there, and my friend is he's a funny guy. He actually lives in Massachusetts now. I'm like, you want to get in the ring? He's like, I'm not getting in the ring with you, but I'll get in the ring with somebody in here. And you know who he picked? He picked Mickey. I swear to God. It's so funny that you say that, because he picked Mickey, and we all just kind of like, okay, put the headgear on him, put the gloves on him.
How'd that work out for him?
Hold on. First of all, he comes running right at Mickey. Guy can't box either. He's just flailing punches like this. Mickey's just kind of holding him away with one hand. I goes, Mickey, tap him. Bang. Done.
Just like that, huh?
And then I told everybody's laughing, you know, just about pissing their pants. And I said, you picked the one guy in the room who was actually the champion of the world.
Well, that's what it is. Like I said, he's the most unassuming guy, you know?
Well, that's why I aspire to be like Mickey personally, as well as professionally, because he's one of the most humble guys. You know, he has no sense of entitlement, takes pride in everything that he does, and I just love that about him.
I told my boys back home I'd ask you this one. What made you think you were tough enough to play a guy from Lowell?
Because I'm from Dorchester.
That's right. So the guy's from Dot, man. He knows what's going on.
Exactly.
Truthfully, though, man, just seeing that up on screen, it used to be people would hear I'm from Lowell. Oh, yeah, high on Crack Street, boo-boo, Dickie, you know. Yeah, I guess so. But now it's going to be, you know, I'm from Lowell. Oh, yeah, the fighter, Mickey Ward, you know. So that's a hell of a legacy you're giving us, man. I really appreciate it.
And Dickie, too. I told him, I said, you know what? When he first saw the movie, he was a little freaked out by it, just because, you know, he's reminded of so many of the bad things that he did and the poor choices that he made and the opportunities that he squandered. But then he realized when we showed him the movie with an audience that he's going to inspire so many people, you know, and what he was able to overcome, it's very inspiring, and he should be very proud that, you know, he went on to, you know, help his brother accomplish both of their dreams, and you know, that now they're immortalized.
On behalf of everybody from Lowell, man, you did us justice. I really appreciate it.
I'll be in Lowell on Tuesday to show everybody the movie. I'm very excited.
I'll be up there. All right, man. Thanks, Mark. Appreciate it, man.
Thank you, man.
Do you know Dickie?
I do. I don't know Dickie as well. He's a little older. I know Mickey.
Right.
Oh, yeah. You guys nailed it, man. I mean,
Thanks so much.
It was unbelievable.
That's great. Coming from
that.
a local, that's wonderful to hear.
How important was it for you guys to shoot in Lowell to get that atmosphere?
I think it was essential. I don't think we would have gotten the same movie had we not shot right in Lowell. You know, having the support of Dickie and Mickey and his family, which was vital. You know, I mean, those guys they could have shut down the production had they been unhappy with us. So being able to have them around, hanging out all the time, I could call on Dickie whenever I needed to just, you know, grill him about something, get some questions and information, having the family around, having the sisters about, you know, sometimes threatening the actresses playing them, like, they didn't like it, you know, there's going to be consequences to that. But nothing like being able to walk around the actual crack house where Dickie would go and jump out the window, and walking with Mickey and Dickie through the town and seeing where everything went down. It was wonderful, you know, and seeing also for me that, you know, walking with Dickie through the streets, just like that opening scene, you know, to me it was like walking with the mayor of the streets of Lowell. You know, everybody knew him, waving out the cars, hey, Dickie, going into barber shops, the police, hey, yeah, he's like, hey, Chris, yeah, she arrested me 6 times. All right, how you doing? Good, you know. It's very funny.
When you get a guy like that, when you're portraying that type of character, you know, I thought you did a great job, because here's a guy, as much trouble as he got in, he was also a sweet guy, and he's charming, you know.
But the thing with Dickie is he loves people. He just wants to meet people all the time, you know. He's interested in people constantly. And so, yeah, he's one of those guys that he's so light as well, you know. I mean, physically like that. But mentally as well, his presence has a real lightness to it. He's cracking jokes nonstop. He's kind of got this Tigger sort of bounciness to him all the time. So no matter what he did, you always kind of counter it with, but he seems to nice guy. I enjoy hanging out with him. So I think consequently he kept on, getting a second chance. But ultimately the best thing was when he didn't get a second chance and he was put inside. And as he says himself, he did the time and he got clean and it changed his life, and it couldn't have been better.
I was blown away by your performance, man.
Thank you so much.
Knowing these guys,
appreciate
I'm like, it couldn't have been any better. And the one thing I do want to say is, it used to be when someone heard I was from Lowell, it's like, oh yeah, High on Crack Street, Boo Boo and Dickie, and you're like, yeah,
right.
And now it's going to be, thanks to you guys, it's going to be, oh, you're from Lowell, oh yeah, the fighter.
Oh, that's great to hear. That's great to hear, because Lowell was so great to us, in filming, and we'll be having a screening out in Lowell.
Yeah, I'll be there Tuesday.
In a little while, so I'm interested to see how it's taken there.
I appreciate everything, man.
All right.
Thank you again.